Chocolate Man is back. I slept so badly last night. I woke up for about 3 to 4 hours during the middle of the night at 5 o'clock in the morning. So even though I slept very early. I woke up like 5 hours, 4 hours after that. And then I stayed up for 3, 4 hours. Sophie got really excited because we went outside to um, show her the world for a morning walk, let's say, a very early morning walk. And it was interesting because last night this morning actually, I was having the desire to just to paint properly, not for courses, to actually make the paintings that I make that are at the highest level that I can make them. Actually, not really, but in a certain sense. So I was desiring to do that, which was interesting to feel because I wasn't thinking that I'm gonna get that feeling back. I wasn't thinking that I'm going to feel like, oh, I want to paint again. Because last time when I did some paintings, it was just because I sold 2 paintings and I got excited and I painted more just so I had the same kind of paintings to sell. And yeah, I just got excited about that. And I was trying to, even though I got a bit like disappointed because an acquaintance of mine told me that I paint like it's the 1800s. And mm, chocolate. I should have been bummed by that. But I was like, you don't see all of the work that I do. You only see the part that you don't like, and you don't understand why I'm doing that. I do have abstract works, more interesting, more conceptual, but you don't see those. And when you see them, you go like, but why do you paint the flowers? And I'm like, because I like the flowers as well. I'm the kind of person who likes painting. I don't like pretending to be intellectual or philosophical or conceptual. I like painting. I like doing things. I don't like looking at them and being super proud of them and whatever. I like doing them. I used to spend hours and hours just honing my craft. And whenever a painting would be done, I wouldn't even look at it anymore. I didn't care about it. It was as if someone else made it because it was not in having those paintings that I had the fulfillment. The fulfillment came from doing them, from making them, from seeing for just a brief period of time, feeling proud of what I made once it was completed. And I think that that's a feeling that people don't really understand that much. And that was the only thing that kept me going whenever I didn't really was able to make it until I found a way to make it work. And then that lasted about 3 years, 2.5 years, I think. So I struggled for like 4 or 5 years to make it as an artist. And then after 2.5, so I made it after 4 years, I think. And then 2.5 years, I was like making it and making it. I was making a living. I could sustain myself. I didn't have to get any other jobs or any other projects. I could just paint all day. And then I was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore because it's not really fun. I like painting, but I don't like sitting with people and explaining and making them fall in love with the work that I do, and it didn't feel right. Like, it didn't feel right to just sit there and sell things. Like, I didn't feel like that was the thing that I wanted to do. I wanted a new challenge, and I found new challenges, and I just stopped doing the level of work that I used to do in terms of paintings. And it didn't matter that much. Nobody missed me. And I think that that's the point. Like, no one's gonna miss you anyway. Like, no matter if even if you are super 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 duper talented and one of the best in the world, no one's gonna miss you. Like, if you stop doing that, you stop sitting in people's consciousnesses. People sitting in people's consciousness. That's how you say it the proper way, man. But yeah, I think that people are quick to judge, and they think that they know better when they don't know the reality of things. And you see some conceptual art, you see it either selling or just in a gallery at a huge price, and you don't realize that person who went in the gallery, it's not because they are good or they are doing something better than you. It's because they are playing the game differently. They are cozying up to other people who pay them to get shows. They have a rich uncle or rich parents. Like, most of the people that I know that can really make art and do whatever they want, except me. I was doing almost the same things that I wanted just because I didn't care about the subject that I was painting that much, because I liked painting anything. Just painting anything was a blessing. And I was realizing that that was amazing to just get paid to do these paintings, these kinds of paintings. I was like, oh, any kind of paintings that I get to make for a price that's well enough, good enough, that's a blessing. But people who want to do whatever they want to do and pretend like something is not something is art when it is not, or when people think that, oh, I'm so great because I do such things. And you can tell I'm a bit bitter, but I'm not bitter at the people who pretend to do art just to pretend to do art and have gallery shows and stuff like that. I'm not angry at them. I'm angry at the people who perceive that as the norm and as what's successful, when in fact it's they get sponsored by people around them, and they cozy up to other people to get the opportunities, and they often just don't paint at all, and they don't sell anything because they don't need to sell, because they have money from other people just pretending to sustain them because they develop this relationship. So most of the art world is like that. It's like people who have relationships of any kind, artists that have relationships of any kind with rich people who pay them to do whatever they want. And they don't care. The people who are rich, they don't care if that person is successful or not, because from the outside, it seems like they are, because the prices, because of the galleries, because of the interviews, because of the things like that. But when you sit down and you ask those people how much money they made, like honestly, and you truly get the answer because they don't have any reason to lie, you realize that they are not selling at all. Like, the measurement of success is not how much money you can spend to bolster your art or your ego. That's not a measurement of success. The measurement of success is not how successful people think you are, like not successful people, but how people perceive you as being successful. That's not the measurement of success. The measurement of success is how many people really appreciate the things that you are making enough to pay you for it. Because just saying, oh, that's nice, you can get people to say, oh, that's interesting, super easily, but and appreciate those things. But that's not the measurement of success. Like having a gallery show that you paid $3,000 for, or $5,000, or $6,000, or $10,000 for, and you didn't sell anything, but you got like 100 or 200 people there to just give you like accolades and be like, oh, this is so nice. And then you go home and you realize, I'm going back home with no paintings sold, with nothing, even though I had the prices there, even though the curator tried to sell, nobody bought. And you keep on doing those things over and over and over and over again, and nothing sells. That's what you get. Like people, it's just a facade. Like most people are just doing art as a facade. And that's exactly how things go. But I'm not angry at those people at all. I don't care. That's a part of art. That's the art world in certain parts. I'm angry at the people who are trying to make a living as an artist, and they don't realize that they don't go over the facade. They don't understand they don't put the questions. They go to a gallery show and they go like, "Oh my God, how is this possible?" They think that person gets invited for free to just get there and put their paintings up and their art, and they go like, how is this possible? This person paints so badly, and this art, I can see that it's garbage. How can people just pretend like this is so great and this is the pinnacle of art? Well, it's because people are paid to do that. Like the curator is paid to create this mystique and this environment of of greatness and excellence, and being pompous and creating this effect. And the gallery is the same as, but just sit around, just talk with people around there, and you're gonna see that most people, like 90% of people who are not friends with the artist, think that work is just bad, and it doesn't really go that far. And talk with people who actually bought and realize that they didn't buy at that price and they didn't whatever. You see, now that's how you realize that as an artist who wants to make a living, that most artists who actually seem successful, they just seem successful. They are not. Like the only artists that I've seen that are super, super successful, they don't do this conceptual crap art. They actually do art that you can see the value of. You can see, okay, this guy is super talented and he's making something that's amazing. And he's also playing the other game. Like there are people who are absolutely amazing and they're playing that cozying up game and sitting with rich people at restaurants, and trying to cozy up so that they get funding to get to a gallery and get into a museum and whatever. That's the game. They are playing both. And that's actually what you should do. And I did as well at some point, because that's the only way, like cozying up to people is the only way to sell for higher prices. Like spending time with people instead of doing art and promoting and whatever, it's spending time with them and selling them one on one by just going on a coffee date or going to a restaurant on their money. They're paying, but they just feel, oh, I'm having coffee with this artist, whatever, and we talk about art. We talked for 3 hours about art, and they just they just want to feel like they matter because they probably are doing like boring work, and they want to feel like someone else is doing better work because of them. But what they are doing actually is it's paying you to spend time with them because they want to feel that. They want to feel like they are doing something important with their life. They are holding up artists who are trying to do what they abandoned as a dream when they were younger. And that's exactly what happens. That's the art world in a nutshell. People who are trying to make it, and they cozy up to people who gave up on making it, and now that because they gave up, they said, okay, I might as well just make a shitload of money. And that's how it is. That's how things are. And it's not always because they see talent in you. Is most of the times is because you cozy up to them. And that's what people should realize. And I'm angry at the people who don't realize that, and they are trying to make it in the same way as these people without realizing and never realizing that it's all a facade. It's all just smokes and mirrors. Another beautiful day is over, and this was an interesting day because I went out. I had to do some things outside for like 6 hours with Sophie. We went and I walked quite a bit. I was exhausted when I came home after 6 hours. I posted a course, which was amazing. That took me about 45 minutes or so. And yeah, that was great. Everything was great. I did all of the things that I wanted to do. But then I came back home and I needed to film the course, to finish the course that I started yesterday. And I was exhausted. I was super exhausted. I just put myself in bed. Sophie was already sleeping. And for 20 minutes, I set a timer for 5 minutes, and I kept on repeating that 5 minute timer 4 times because I wanted to do a 5 minute laughter yoga session to try to see, like I really experimented to see if it in this exhausted and super tired and tiresome day, if it helped me, if laughter yoga helped me during this day, it will help me any single day because it's been working ever since I rediscovered laughter yoga. I've been using it to get over a little bit of tiredness and a lot of resistance. Like it really helps with resistance. But today I was absolutely dead. I was exhausted out of my mind. And I was like, there is no way I can do this. I cannot even get myself out of bed because I didn't sleep that well this last night. And I also had a very long day where I walked a lot, quite a bit. And yeah, it worked. Like I did 5 minutes of laughter yoga with some stretches as well. And just so I stretch my back, my lower back, so it really helps. That really helps with tiredness as well. And yeah, after the 5 minutes, I put another timer and I started putting everything, the camera up here, the desk. I put it here. I started filming. I finished it, and I was like, "Oh my god, how is this possible? How like 20 minutes ago I was dying, and now 1 hour later I'm able to do more work and very demanding work because illustrating while speaking is super difficult to try to explain exactly what you are doing and pay attention at what you are doing and really trying to find your words. And yeah, it's demanding work. And I was not thinking, I honestly was not thinking that it's gonna work. I didn't give it any like success rate or whatever it's called. I'm just flabbergasted by how great it worked. I'm just amused and like surprised at how good this laughter yoga is at getting rid of tiredness and of resistance, which is much more important. Resistance is usually stopping me more than tiredness, but tiredness uh, is stopping me sometimes as well. But it's absolutely mind blowing to see how great it works. Such a great tool. I had some tools to use for resistance. I basically set a timer and start doing as little work as possible and gradually expand until that's called momentum. But yeah, this works amazing, and in conjunction with momentum, it works even better. So it's amazing to just see how good this trick. I wouldn't call it a trick because it works too well to be a trick. It's an amazing experience that helps me get over my tiredness and my resistance towards the things that I want to do. Because if I don't do them, I judge myself, I blame myself for not doing the things that I want to do, and it's the worst. It's absolutely the worst. And now I found this cool little exercise for 5 minutes. I just laugh uncontrollably, and it just works. It's magic. It's magical. It just gets over your whole fuzz that you have in your brain, and you start to do the things that you need to do, and you stop thinking. You start doing, and it gets you in the right mind, not in the right mindset, but it lowers the expectations. You're just like, what's gonna happen? Might as well just do it. And you start laughing, and you start laughing and laughing and laughing and imagining doing that task. And I find it very hilarious to imagine that I'm doing even more of that task. Like I was thinking that I'm going to do 2 or 3 courses today and just push myself, and it made me laugh even more. And it's super nice. I guess I just solved it. Now I'm unstoppable. Hopefully. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.